And it looks like we're going, guys. The countdown is just getting to the double zeros, and we are going live. It is going to be on MLG Shakur's Plateau. This is round 4. This is the impressive Team Impressive, the IP Open. And slowly loading up. Looks like somebody's loading up. Is that you, Asian? Oh.
That would be me. I told you I need to retire my computer.
No problem. I'm going to pull up a little bit of the interface action. Feel free to do that yourself. I'm going to definitely let me know. This is nice, actually, with co-casting. I have somebody with extra eyes watching the game. If I miss something, I'm usually the one that's like missing out that team battle engagement. I'm like, holy crap, I got to move back across the map.
Yes, indeed.
And I look over and like all the units are gone. Everybody's like asking me in chat like what the hell happened. I'm just like, I don't know. I guess they attacked each other and somebody won. So... meanwhile, we do have at the top right, we have our Protoss Arch. Definitely should have probably checked his ranking beforehand. And at the bottom left, we have the CakeBlackson, who is actually on Team IP, just does not have the tag. What is your opinion on Shakur's? I think it's as much of a distant map as it is. I kind of actually enjoy it as a Terran player.
Yeah, I really, as a Zerg player, I'm a big fan of Shakur's, simply because it's the one map, or one of the very few, that Blizzard actually went ahead and disallowed the close spawning locations. And so that really lends itself to a lot of big, exciting macro games. Not many games are ended by, like one base cheese at least. A lot of times you see two base timing pushes or whatnot. But I really like this map.
Yeah, definitely. As you guys see, there's two Xel'Naga towers, so a little bit of vision in the middle of the map. And like Asian said, there is no close spawn positioning. I mean, which is kind of funny that that's the only map in the whole entire Blizzard pool that disallows that. That's at least in the 1v1 part. So for those that are watching with the stream right now, watching me click all over the damn place, I need to calm down. So say where Arch is, you cannot spawn right below him, only across and crossways. As we look, CakeBlackson, we're going to pull up the production tab. We look like he's getting a gateway out. Both players are going to scout each other out in their bases. Not too much going on in the production tab. As a Protoss, what do you think you're looking for in this? What are you looking for in the early game? Are you looking to 4-gate rush? Or are you looking to expand? I think, like as you see most Protosses, I think you usually feel safe getting that natural out pretty early, wouldn't you think?
I think actually in PvP, generally, you're not going to see too many quick expansions. Definitely not before at least 3 gates are up. Obviously, most of our viewers probably know that 4-gate was nerfed a little bit with the extension of that gate research time. Although we do still see some 4-gates, usually they tend to be 2-gas 4-gates instead of 1-gas. And I'm kind of confused by the 1-gas from both players. I don't know, if either of them tend to be aggro or, like you said, put up that quick expansion. But it is nice that there's more variety in PvP now that the 4-gate research time was extended. So we're seeing a lot more, and as well as the Archon buffs. So we're seeing a lot more variety. It's no longer 4-gate versus 4-gate into Colossus battles. Now we see Archon Zealot, different kinds of compositions.
As we look right now, Ark is slowly moving out. He's going to send out a Zealot and a Stalker to do a little bit of harass, maybe scouting. And I'll look at here up top. We got in the top left, we have Ark putting up a little bit of a proxy pylon. So this is going to be a very interesting little micro battle here. Which Zealot and Stalker can get the best of each other. Looks like CakeBlackson got a couple early shots. Neither though have lost shields, or at least 8. Both have lost shields, but have not lost a lot of HP. Going to be definitely interesting. It looks like Arch is definitely going to be the aggressor in this game. They're going to try to get out a few more units. He is running a 2-gate right now, has the Cybernetics Core and the Warp Gate upgrade just finished for both gates. Meanwhile, we look at CakeBlackson here. He is getting a 4th gateway up, and it looks like he's going to rock the 4-gate. So just like exactly what we predicted, looks like it's going to be a little 4-gate play. And is the Zealot going to be thin enough to fit? And it does not fit. Arch does have right now more of a Stalker count, but very good sentry play by CakeBlackson blocking off that ramp.
Yeah, very nice force field there, trapping one Stalker, and it's really strange. I'm just totally confused by Arch's game plan right now because, like you said, he's on 2-gate versus CakeBlackson's 4-gate, and although his 2nd gate was up faster, his army count is by the second going to become that much smaller ratio-wise, and then he went up and went ahead with the Robo. So he put on a little bit of aggression there, and now that Cake has 4 gates up, he's definitely going to have to back off.
Yeah, we look. Both players are just slowly getting in the production tab. We do see that CakeBlackson is. I cannot. Where is it? CakeBlackson is getting a Twilight Council up, so he's gonna look for the upgrades. There it is. I could. I'm looking. I'm like clicking on structures.
It's the blue glowing thing there.
Yeah, the one that's the one that's forming. Yeah. So we're going to see that CakeBlackson is going to get upgrades. I do wonder if Arch just kind of try to do maybe a little bit of a mental game, like show harass. But it looks like he's going to Immortals, getting a little bit of a Observer out, maybe pulls out some Colossus, just does that little mental game like he's going to be over aggressive. Because you do see the robotics bait going down. Maybe this just kind of buys him a little bit of time unless CakeBlackson comes after him right now.
Yeah, and if you look at CakeBlackson's ramp right now and just sort of make an arc around in front of it, you see a really nice Zealot spread. He's just sending Zealots all around to scout, and there he's going to catch that forward pylon that Arch threw up. But also I want to draw your attention to the probe count now. You saw that during that little rush, or that, rush fake out or whatever, Arch failed to maintain his probe production, so now he's behind 25 to 32, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, definitely the mining is going to be very essential for the Protoss. Since both players are still running on one base, CakeBlackson does have a way more saturated base right now. I would expect, aside of this aggression that he's popping out a little bit early, I would expect an Expo to come up here really soon for him too. We look at CakeBlackson is putting down a pylon, but Arch does see all of this. He has that little observer there. He is seeing exactly what is going on and is going to pull that observer right into CakeBlackson's base to see what kind of production he's got going on. And looking back up at Arch's, Arch just got his Colossus out there. It is that big spider-looking structure. Finally got that out. That is going to be helpful. It's going to maybe thwart off. I don't think these are Blink Stalkers, are they? Oh, these are Blink Stalkers.
They are indeed Blink Stalkers, and this aggression coming out from Cake is very, very scary because you see there's only one sentry to block that ramp, and it doesn't even matter since these Stalkers do have Blink. Now, the robotics units that Arch does have are going to be pretty strong, but there's only 2 of them. So we'll see if... there's the big blink up.
Oh, and these guys are engaging. This Colossus gets picked off very fast. Target fire.
Very nice.
Immortal goes down. These Blink Stalkers are wreaking havoc up in CakeBlackson's base, and these Zealots are actually just focusing on these sentries and these Zealots at the bottom ramp. Not very smart focusing to try to take out these Blink Stalkers, and there's just too many of them. I would expect a GG, and there it is, guys.
GG!
Oh, wow. For those Protoss players watching, very good use of Blink Stalkers right there. Definitely have maybe a little bit of a better plan. I'm going to assume that Arch thought that he could maybe pull it off with the 2-gate and be able to get into his base. I mean, it is... You are kind of pressing your luck against any Protoss when you think you could just walk into his base and he has no sentries. But guess he took the risk and definitely did not pay off.
Yeah, that was really interesting because in the beginning of the game I was going to comment that Arch executed, obviously the same build as Cake, like at the very early, I'm talking about as far as Pylon, Gateway, Cybercore, and he did it a little better than Cake. His Cybercore was about 10, 15, 20 seconds earlier, and that's a really big deal when both players are mirroring each other and one player gets ahead like that. But Cake came back from that little deficit, and he just managed to come at Arch with the better game plan.
I mean, as a Terran player, I could really kind of relate to that. If somebody, say, like a Terran does a 2 racks pressure and sends out a little bit of a Marine Marauder Bio Ball, if that does not work out, usually you're going to be behind because the other player will have a command center up and has bunkers and was able to hold you up, and you're going to be so far down in production you're going to be overrun in no time. It's very unfortunate. And it's usually a pretty same story, I think, for Zerg, if I'm not too wrong.
Yeah, definitely. If you hold off a rush in the early game, or if you fail a rush in the early game, you're going to find that definitely affects your economics down the road. And especially with Zerg, since our worker reduction is exponential, if your opponent lets it be, a small deficit at the beginning can lead to a very large deficit in the mid to late game, which definitely is not something you want to have go